This weekend, Jennifer Lopez, international superstar singer, brought her daughter Emmy on stage with her to sing and introduced her daughter Emmy with transgender pronouns. She kept calling her daughter they. The last time they were on stage with me, Jennifer Lopez said. And what I found particularly striking about this is 2 years ago in 2020, Jennifer Lopez had her daughter Emmy on stage with her. And look at this little girl. She looks like a little girl, right? I mean, she has a bun in her hair. She's wearing a white outfit. She looks like she's on stage performing a little girl. Fast forward 2 years and look at what the child looks like now in this weird, oversized Justin Bieber-esque pink outfit and a trucker hat. Kind of manly, right? Kind of transy, if you will. And Jennifer Lopez is essentially introducing her daughter Emmy to the world as they, them. Suggesting that perhaps this child is transgender, perhaps this child is not on the quote-unquote gender binary here. And the left is reacting to this as you would expect. The left is like, oh, what a supportive mother, what a wonderful person, ignoring what you and I talked about last week on our special episode that we live streamed, special episode of this show that we live streamed on Locals, the actual statistical scientific studies that show that children who are transitioned, whether it's just puberty blocking hormones or cross-sex hormones, are actually increase their risk of suicide by 14%. So I pray to God that Jennifer Lopez's child is just going through a weird phase and isn't actually transgender, isn't actually transitioning. But man, look at the difference between 2 years ago, what Emmy looked like, and now. Elon Musk. Did you guys know that Elon Musk also has a transgender child? I confess I had no idea. I don't typically look into, the lifestyle and history of people's kids when their kids are minor because I just don't care. I care more about what Elon Musk is doing for Twitter and what he's doing for Tesla and all of that. But apparently he has a son named Xavier Musk who is 18. And the reason that Xavier Musk is now in the news is because when I say child, I suppose 18-year-old is a legal adult, but this young adult has filed in a court in Los Angeles to change his last name and to change his gender. He wants to be identified by the court as a female, and he wants to change his name to Vivian Wilson. Now, Elon Musk was formerly married. He was married to a woman named Justine Wilson, so I guess Xavier Musk wants to take the last name of his mother. And Vivian's a beautiful name, but not for a boy. So he wants to change his name, and this is why. You obviously have to write a reason on your form. And he said, quote, gender identity and the fact that I no longer live with or wish to be related to my biological father in any way, shape, or form. So that's pretty sad that clearly they have some kind of broken relationship here. I wonder if it's because Elon Musk has spoken out against queer theory. He's spoken out about this transgender craze. He actually tweeted in response to the What is a Woman documentary, Matt Walsh's documentary. This is what Elon Musk tweeted. He said, we are simultaneously being told that gender differences do not exist and that genders are so profoundly different that irreversible surgery is the only option. Perhaps someone wiser than me can explain this dichotomy. Well, it doesn't sound to me like he needs someone wiser than him to explain this dichotomy. It sounds like he exposed the fallacy of the radical gender ideology here. But maybe this is the problem between he and his son here. It's very sad to me to see these young people who are being suckered in by the transgender ideology. But the interesting thing to note here, I think, is the cultural aspect of this. What's the common denominator whenever we see a celebrity or a public figure or anybody really whose child goes from what seems to be normal to saying that they're transgender? It's not necessarily just that they've been diagnosed with gender dysphoria, because these children are changing their identity as young teenagers, which is not typically when gender dysphoria is onset. That usually happens a lot earlier in life. The common denominator, my friends, is broken families. The common denominator is divorce. The common denominator is the desecration of this nuclear family unit. Think about Jennifer Lopez, the father of her children, Mark Anthony. She was married to him. Now she's not. She's been engaged about 1 billion times, broken up, lived with these different partners, and then not lived with them anymore. I mean, she's the epitome of a broken family. She just happens to be very rich. Same with Elon Musk. Elon Musk was married to the mother of Xavier for 8 years, from 2000 until 2008. They had 6 children together, but he's not married to her anymore. He then went on to date the singer Grimes. He had a couple more children with her. Reportedly, they're not together anymore. This is a broken family. broken family. I cannot stress enough how if Republicans and conservatives actually want to solve a lot of these cultural issues in our country, it's fine to focus on it from a legislative level. Like, sure, we should ban bars, 21 and older bars that serve alcohol. We should prohibit them from allowing children to go to enter the premises. We should not allow these premises to hold drag shows for children that are marketed to children. We shouldn't allow children to go to that kind of sexually explicit show in an establishment. The same as we don't let children in casinos, the same as we don't let children in bars. That's all good and well. We should do that. But those are all Band-Aid solutions on our cultural ills that will never truly be solved until we focus on a cultural reformation that focuses on the family unit, that focuses on a married mom and dad raising their kids. And if conservatives and Republicans focus on that, a cultural reformation that is supported by governmental policies, a lot of these social ills would cease to exist the way that they are, the way that they dominate our culture right now, where celebrities and billionaires and, maybe the people that live on your street or go to your kid's school or, at the local drag bar are suffering from. We would go a long way into solving these things if we focused not just legislatively, but culturally on an individual level.